The livest one, like a forever Stuyvesant, the realest. That's right, straight from Phillips, straight from the avenue. That influence of our subject for tonight reigns around the world. Yes, we had everybody in um, the live feed, which actually reigned all over the world. We talked to people from South Africa, Venezuela, Spain. So, welcome to the forum. I greatly appreciate all the support. We do have a agenda, and photography plug should be every entrepreneur's dream to reach milestones. And as Jim Ron taught us all, to celebrate your small victories. That's right. It's very important for you to celebrate each small victory. We think about Sean P. Diddy Combs celebrating all of his victories. I mean, you've seen him at the Met Gala. You've actually seen him all over the world and all over the tabloids for many years. And more than likely, your older sister even looked up to P. Diddy. That influence reigned around the world and influenced people young and old. The notorious B.I.G. coming from Brooklyn, New York City. Now, with Tupac Shakur's feud, that Lamb was there. That's right, with Tupac Shakur's feud, that Lamb was actually there. And Bad Boy took off. And they took off and became one of the bigger record labels in world history. Their CEO and record label owner, by the name of Sean Puffy Combs, was known to have very drastic tactics, telling artists to go and get some cheesecake. As those artists walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, they fussed at each other and cussed at each other, if you remember. And they didn't want to get P. Diddy's cheesecake. P. Diddy ordered this piece of cheesecake all the way from a possible Coney Island. So imagine walking across the Brooklyn Bridge to get P. Diddy's cheesecake. Three nights incarcerated. Many nights of a lavish lifestyle. P. Diddy having that lavish lifestyle that people all around the world want to be a part of. He attracted many people to come to Hollywood. And that attraction is not just like a carnival or a Disney world. That attraction attracted more people than even the biggest show on earth. Yes, P. Diddy more than likely has the same or more numbers than that great NFL. So welcome to the forum tonight. You are tuned into the photography plug where we talk capitalism. And we've been going live a lot because we have a goal in mind. That goal in mind is to make sure that if you are a up and coming entrepreneur, that yes, make sure that you're ready for combat, my friends. So welcome to the photography plug. We're talking P. Diddy's first night incarcerated. Comment. Let us know. It's a beautiful Saturday night. Let us know what time it is, where you at, and let us know what country you are in. We'd like to always shout out UK. We had South Africa, Trinidad, the Bahamas, Jamaica, and so many other places. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Comment, 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 subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And we'll be live for a little while now. We're scheduled to be live for a little while now. If you want to be a part of the Photography Plug, submit your application there at Photography Plug on IG, no matter what country you're in. We want to make sure that we're a company that more so focuses like that, Getty. In other words, if you have any imagery, celebrities that you may want to sell, we could buy them. If you're a model, actor, we have different ideas that might help us help you. So welcome to the Forum Photography Plug. We're talking one of the more influential individuals in American and world history. That's right, and I'm going to be straight up honest with you, has been arrested. And I'm sure this is no new news to you. Everybody that is already tuned in tonight are more than likely social media lights. So welcome, and let us know who you are, what country you're at. Let me read some of these comments. Somebody commented, and this was Spunky, U.S. Louisville. That's right, Louisville, Kentucky. It's a beautiful woman by the name of, I think, Juicy J or something like that, but she was out of Kentucky. You know, Kentucky has a lot of beautiful women. There's another place I've never been either, Kentucky. I think many people will want to go to the Kentucky Derby. Shouts out to Kentucky. But tonight, we are talking P. Diddy being arrested. That is correct, in Manhattan by federal authorities. Now, we have to all be honest with ourselves. The feds usually don't pick up individuals unless they have sufficient evidence. That's right, the federal government usually don't come arrest you unless they know for sure that a crime has been committed. That federal government is known to have that sparking 98% conviction rate, which houses 77% of those brown and black individuals, meaning that it is a disparity of race in this case. And even on this political forum, we do talk Donald Trump, even talking eating cats. We had a discussion earlier about class. Well, is that classy for Trump to say? Anybody could say anything, but is that the right thing to say? I think Photography Plug does that. But we're not a white man in America. We shouldn't have to. In other words, most Trump fans really don't want, and I hate to get off track, but stick with me here. Most Trump fans really don't want any problems. I mean, if you are a white privileged person, if you are actually privileged, right, would it make sense for you to ruin all your Saturday mornings fighting a cause that is not just really yours? But if you just tuning in, you are tuning into the Photography Plug. We are talking P. Diddy. Now imagine if you're in New York City, even if the stipulations came back and saying P. Diddy, yes, P. Diddy, even if the stipulations said, yes, my friends, he could not go to parks in New York City. Where are you going to go? Everybody goes to Central Park in New York City, one of the only parks in New York City. If you ever find yourself in New York City, you probably will go visit Central Park. Even if you don't know that Central Park exists, you might find yourself at Central Park. So what I'm saying is, if you're a lawyer says, well, okay, we agree that he will be released, but he can't go into any parks, then where are you going to go? You can't hang out at Gap all day. So welcome to the Photography Plug forum. This tonight we're talking P. Diddy's third night being incarcerated in that Manhattan, New York City jail. Some would say it's hell on earth there. It's a drill rapper that had a homicide, is known to in that area of New York City. I can't think of his name. It's a very popular drill rapper that is probably incarcerated. And will P. Diddy make it to the biggest stage? That's right, not the Grammys. The biggest stage in the world, my friends, is that P. Diddy is going is not the Met Gala. No, the biggest stage in the world for P. Diddy now would be Rikers Island. Another stage. Yes, another stage of his life. Not necessarily all suffering. If he is analyzed right and does right, why he's incarcerated and uses his influence and money to control the warden, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and Homeland Security, then he can very well do that. In other words, if P. Diddy decided for himself tonight, welcome to the forum. Now, if P. Diddy's decided for himself tonight that P. Diddy decided himself tonight that he was going to be on the offense instead of the defense. If he's looking out of his cell right now and he's sizing people up, in my opinion, I do believe that he's doing the right thing. I do believe that he's doing the right thing. So we're talking P. Diddy being incarcerated. And that incarceration shocks the hip hop community. Flavor Flav talked about it. LL Cool J talked about it. You know, LL has been in the industry for over 40 plus odd years. So LL Cool J being in that industry for 40 some odd years. So welcome to this forum, Photography Plug, where your comment counts. Somebody mentioned the freak offs. Yes, I think that was damning for P. Diddy for a prosecutor to mention such absurd words. And as we can see in the background, little number 5 is moving around a little bit. One gets the ball. But yes, if you think about the implications that prosecutor set up and said publicly to many surprise, not using those vulgar words. I think the defense should come back in a more professional way, which his defense attorney looks more like a public defender now. He must be very good because he's not a sharp individual. You know, P. Diddy did not hire an attorney that doesn't have the track record of being world renowned. That is correct. P. Diddy did not, my friends, hire an attorney. Yes, if you're sticking with us, your Photography Plug, but P. Diddy did not hire an attorney that does not have the track record that has beat some huge, humongous case, as we see little number 5 making some moves and the pink socks. So that is a important factor in this mitigation in this case. That is, other circumstances mitigating. All those circumstances. Is it circumstantial? What they have, or do they have enough evidence to? And that fact too, I do want to discuss this. If a white man had $50 million, and they're claiming Einstein or this other tycoon. But it's equal if you have $1 million and a white male has $1 million, right? If you personally have $1 million cash and a white male has $1 million, how much cash do you really have? In other words, if the government said, okay, we will allocate you for slavery if we can prove that you're akin to direct slaves, and they said they would give you 200,000. Think about how much you lose every year. So are they saying, yes, Diddy, we don't take your money, that you're not classy enough within a city that is ridden of poverty? Now that $50 million could be used in the community. I think everybody could possibly agree that that $50 million could be used somewhere else other than the Department of Justice. A city ridden with rats, roaches. Even the rich people in New York City don't live in quality conditions. That's right. Some of the richest, most successful people are known to live in squalor. That is true. And these are tough subjects that we have, white and black. So the majority, they're out of every 20 individuals in New York City, they are 1 millionaire. So every 1 in 21 are millionaires. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Somebody says Diddy's getting that Meek treatment. It will be interesting to see. Yes, it will be very interesting to see how Meek Mills is connected. If he's connected at all, this can exonerate Mills, the Philadelphia rapper, gangster rapper out of Philly. Yes, it was rumors a few months back talking Mills and Diddy. A lot of people are actually defending Diddy. We're getting a lot of comments saying free P. Diddy, that this is not justice, that this is the justice system that we're normally normalized and used to. So a lot of people are saying that yes. And if you're just tuning in, subscribe, donate. We had some donations earlier. The nicest donation in the world. An individual donated $2. And I was getting juice, and I noticed when I went home, I read the comments, and I said, no. He said, get some water, bro. So that was real. I greatly appreciate that. We had some other donations, so donate. We are a company that we actually want to be on all the scenes with the biggest companies in the world, the CNN, the NBCs. Now remember, we talked about Wells Fargo and Bank of America and how they're similar to each other. We're no different from a Getty or a Breakfast Club or say cheese. Everybody has their unique style, but we are a company that want to be recognized as a company. Now, I know that's very hard as a black person in the world, and even with your company. Many people are going to say, well, until you're allocated hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I mean, you're going to have to make over 100 grand, people won't take you serious. And you don't want the IRS to consider you as a company. But welcome, unless you're very successful. So, welcome. I had a comment. Somebody said, somebody call the cops on this dangerous guy. That's exactly, the type of comments and the type of people that we greatly appreciate your comments. If you need some and you feel that I'm a danger to society, please contact your authorities. And as so, but in reality, if a certain color of a human being articulates itself in a certain way that some demographics don't approve of, actually, they become that person that's a racist, that are in conditions of squalor. So welcome. I greatly appreciate that last comment. If you feel so, do so. But this is the photography plug. This is a freelance professional photographer, and I don't want to. Those type of comments make me want to lay out all my accolades, but I don't have to. Welcome to the photography plug. I'll be reading your comments. This is the forum where your comments do matter. Somebody just commented, I don't see what you're trying to get at. Yeah, this forum tonight, we're talking P. Diddy being arrested. What would you do if you was in that situation of being incarcerated? That's right, being incarcerated at Rikers Island or one of those awful prisons in New York City. You think about just visiting New York. I mean, anytime you go and visit New York, as soon as you go, you are afraid of the rats if you have common sense. I think Cameron even said, I'm getting too old for New York City. And he said, why? Because I'm so sick of knocking rats out of my way. I remember one of the last times I went to New York City, as soon as I arrived, it was like 11 o'clock at night. And as soon as I got off, I got near the Times Square and rats everywhere. So imagine the conditions inside of a jail cell, better yet, in Times Square. We have some real suspicious people tonight. I will read these comments. One of the comments has said, I'm waiting to see those unsolved murders are tied to him, and there's quite a few. I'm sure. You know, one thing about technology is that it's a location device. So you know what I said to myself? I said the best way to legally defend yourself is, of course, to be on live. But when I get off live, what happens is I put my phone or my device in my pocket. I keep two phones on me. So when I do that, they have my location. So it's very hard for anybody to lie and say, well, he was here or he was there. No, because his phone is on his person. So that's one thing about technology in this form. I would like to say this form is nothing is more revolutionary than technology, but it is. That's what I'm talking about. When people have a camera and they're black, people assume the worst. So that's when I say you have to be a defense attorney. So even though the allegation that somebody just accused me of possibly having some type of homicides out there is no different than the police and the federal authorities always worrying about what a successful black social media light is doing. And that's how it is. Now, if I had no views or no subscribers, if I didn't do 60 million, so that is the alibi. So yes, my device is on me at every single location. It is called I'm tracking my own self. My phone is tracked. I'm tracked on live. When I get off live, my phone is still in my pocket that tracks every single location. Now, I will say this, and please listen. Now, I was in a relationship. Every man that's pretty attractive, I would say like myself, always has a woman somewhere. So trust me, I have something somewhere. But got a little sidetracked, but yes, that's what I mean. Even when I went to New Jersey, all the police lined up like I'm the biggest criminal in the world, because even the director of the VMAs came out and told the officer, he said, arrest. The officer looked at her and said, I'm not touching him because he's not doing anything wrong. So that's my point, that when people say black media or whatever you do and it's successful, you could be trying to sell t-shirts, my friends. And people are gonna, if you're black and you look strong and and you exude power and you have followers and you are successful, yes, people are going to say he's out there doing anything. But yes, I have the devices, my alibis, the locations. Oh, what I was going to say is, and welcome, very good forum tonight. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm gonna read these comments after this comment. What I was going to say is that I was in a relationship before, and it was an app called Google Plus. Now, Google Plus locates all of your, at the time, it located all of your locations. So I was locating my ex's locations. Every single location, I think they say she went to 577 different locations. If you stop at McDonald's for 1 second and buy one apple pie, you're recorded. So that's how I'm successful, because it's so much better, because they know everywhere I go and they can't lie like those people just making up lies and mad because of a semi-successful photographer. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody said stalking. Those have to be allocated. So and my work is offensive. I apologize, but it is. So say for instance, is somebody that's down the street. It's an individual that is down the street, right? Nobody cares about the individual, but say that individual happens to be Kim Kardashian, okay? And Kim Kardashian says, yes, you're stalking me. And Kardashian, you get a letter in the mail and it says, Mike Johnson, just for instance, if your name was Mike Johnson, against Kim Kardashian in the state of California. So, yes, any business, in my opinion, would love that litigation with a Kim Kardashian, or the Kardashians. But I know people are focused on the guy around the corner that they can't make any money off of. So if any celebrity came out and said I was stalking them, I would get my best attorney, and I will always tell them one thing. If I was Diddy right now, every time they'll see me, I would tell them I'm the best in the world. So when the media comes and the only thing you see in the headlines, what did he say? He said they're just jealous because he's the best in the world. So, if Getty Images does the same thing I do, you don't call Getty stalking, you just call them successful. So it is a difference between, it is that difference between somebody that is, has that right to go around and film anybody that they want to film. Unfortunately, nobody is going out and filming neighbors that they're not going to get any allocation or money off of. That, yes, whatever your allegation is, we don't care, but write it down and litigate it. Just like I said 1 million armed black men to our great American White House. The press won't pick it up. We beat so many different news networks. The press won't. So they give me so much power, even celebrities. So if I go shoot Big Lotto, right? I apologize because this person kind of has me upset. But if I go shoot Big Lotto and I see all the comments coming in, thank you, thank you, thank you. A Big Lotto looks at me like a big brother. They don't even acknowledge my camera running. So when I put something out like Young Thug, and right before the RICO, and I go to Manhattan and put Gunna out right before the RICO, right? That's how the timeline happened. If you remember, the Gunna was millions and millions of views. The Young Thug is still millions and millions of views. So when I put that information out there in the world and we own it, we beat Getty. And Getty's worth $4.4 billion. So if you want to say I'm stalking, don't say that. Just say I'm better. I'm better. And I'm not interested. And none of you, and we don't curse on this live, but I'm not interested. And none of you poo butt, low life, no good individuals that I wouldn't touch, And most of these people, if you want to be for real, I wouldn't touch these individuals. I've been in Atlanta where they try to say different things about me and set me up, and I wouldn't touch that woman. I wouldn't put my hands on her because in my mind she's dirty. So let me get back to the people and say something positive, because you're not going to come on this site and call me a murderer and a stalker because I film stars. Now, I don't film locals unless they pay me. Now, obviously, I have great friendships, so I don't want to get out of character here. We're going to stick to the forum. I'll be reading these comments right now. Subscribe. This is a forum meant for entrepreneurs and not for, it's meant for those people that are saying exactly what you're saying. Because what you are saying, my friends, is that a black man with a camera is worse than an atomic bomb. That because we speak freely, we don't do videos to impress the prosecutor or the judge. No, it's 100% legal not to be in that field. So we are not the authorities. We are the authority of a great American citizen. And that is the most powerful citizen ever recorded on the face of this planet. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Be reading some of these comments. Bro, you not even speaking freely. You sound like you are drunk. I don't drink any alcohol whatsoever. So that's out the door. You don't walk this far drunk. I mean, it would get views now. That is a good idea. If I was drunk, it would be great. It would be better. And I do apologize for being so sober sometimes. I do apologize for that, but no, I don't. But that will be a good one. One day I will get drunk online so you guys can have some good entertainment. I think that would be fun. It'll have to be safe, but just to hit the bar and have fun. But you have to think about the copyright infringements. So if I'm around music, they're going to cut it and it's not going to be original content. So no, I don't drink, but I should, and we should have a great time. And that's what it's about. But no, if anybody is talking about where you've been in this technology, trust me, if you don't know where I've been and you are an authority, it's something called a cell phone that tracks your every movement. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Somebody said, I look familiar. I think very much so. Yes, I look familiar. I think if you see me out at any event in LA, you just say, that guy looks familiar. But you might not know he's a photography plug, but she's like, oh, he's a familiar face. Yeah. But I want to, talk about tonight, P. Diddy being incarcerated. That's right, Diddy incarcerated in Manhattan, New York City. That's right. His incarceration has sparked the hip-hop world and has taken the hip-hop world for a shock. That's right, a whole shock. Now remember, as an entrepreneur, I have over somehow 60 million views. But you better believe that your local radio station will never report on a photography plug because they feel like they're in competition. Now, I haven't had one shout out from artists. Yeah, individual artists have shouted me out, but not a particular, really a radio station. Or if you make a rap song about photography plug, we will play it. We get views. We will make sure that your music is heard. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Diddy locked up, and this is a beautiful Saturday night. Reading the comments right now. Somebody said, love your live. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hip hop is dead. Is hip hop dead? It's a lot of genres. Hip hop is dead. And remember, donate. Now, hip hop is dead. What do you mean by that? I mean, do you mean hip hop, gangster rap, Eminem type of style, freestyle battle and rap? Benny the Butcher, one of the best freestyle rappers in American and world history. That Benny is so good. That's right. Benny the Butcher is one of the best rappers ever, but could never stand that leisure or that red carpet where Lil Wayne gave Benny that platform, the best rapper in world history. How dare when 2 Chainz first came out, everybody that knew music knew that how dare anybody step with so much confidence in front of your highness, Lil Wayne. So kind of lost my track of thought, but that is what I wanted to say about Lil Wayne tonight. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Somebody commented, help me with school. That's why we need people to donate. We need to have our own forums in our own schools. I personally believe that we can have a technology school that if you have a high school diploma in 2030, that is not good enough. In other words, it's good to have one, but if you don't have one and you're a dropout, you need another degree. That degree should be a social media degree. If you can make money off of social media, we can start having these younger kids at the age of 15 and 16 making millions of dollars more than NFL players. Now, I'm saying this, and you already know half of this. In the next 5 years, you will have little leaguers making more in capital than NFL players. It's a highway of videos that are coming. And I remember they talked about Rock Nation a long time ago. We'll try a little bit more action. It's over that way, so we'll stay with the action. You with Photography Plug. You are tuning in. We are talking Diddy being incarcerated, that harsh food. Imagine him, unfortunately, defecating, getting rid of all of those toxins like a Young Thug. Yes, Young Thug could get narcotics, but not like when he was free. So just imagine, it's Saturday night, so people are out here partying, having a good time. So welcome to the Photography Plug. Yes, anything they will say, and I apologize for that long rant earlier. This is the Photography Plug. You tune in. We'll see what's going on, but we're going to stay in areas that we're going to keep connections. Usually we go inside. The connection is not good inside, but we'll be hitting the boulevard. We are a street photographer, freelance street photographer. And welcome. I'll be reading some of these comments. This is not Tidal nor Jay-Z. We believe in what you have to say, and we really do, no matter negative or a positive. This is a positive form. He wanted to be in prison. Somebody just commented that he wanted to be in prison. I would like to say something about that. Like I said, I went to a traffic court, and I seen a lady there. She just happened to be not a very attractive lady, a very unattractive lady, very young. And I just thought to myself, I said, it seems like her friends probably said to her, I'm going to be real with you. You are very unattractive. What you need to do is go catch you a charge, get locked up, and find you a girl in the inside. And I looked at this woman. I said, yes, I have to admit, every person is beautiful on the inside, but she just happens to not be beautiful on the outside. So I think that comment, that was my response to that comment about Diddy being, that comment about Diddy being, he wanted to be incarcerated. I really doubt that. Diddy has access to some of the most beautiful women in the world. And I'm sure, other than Carl's Winslow is the star witness that we're hearing, that Winslow possibly can be that star witness, but Jennifer Lopez. So you just think about the power and the most beautiful women that Diddy can have. And just imagine. If you invested today and you say, you know what, I want to be with a very beautiful, beautiful woman tonight, and you're in Las Vegas, California, I'm sure if you have $1,000 or less, probably around 700. I'm sure that you can run into a beautiful young lady out there that's willing to, um, let's just say, uh, go out on a date with you. So, welcome to the photography plug. Somebody, I'm not even gonna read that comment. It is. Somebody say you getting bragging rights. Beautiful Maserati right in front of us. A beautiful Maserati. Somebody did make an important comment, and they said K2 head. That is a very important comment because this forum doesn't approve of synthetics. Yes, our let's just say, for instance, our a forum it does not support synthetics in no type of shape, form, or fashion. In other words, any synthetic drugs is not good. So the black and brown neighborhoods, they won't legalize marijuana, and they want us to be poisoned by. That's our duty to support. Yes, that is our duty. That is our actually duty to start tearing this stuff out of the stores, this K2 and this synthetic crap. And that's why people go to New York. New York is booming, legal marijuana, but you can't get any good marijuana in New York unless you spend $80 or more. You better believe that is a true fact. You would get that bud that has marijuana in it. But like you said, you never know what you're smoking. So be very careful out here on the narcotics you inhale. And recipes to Rich Homie Quan. So that is a very terrible, tragic event that happened. Him passing away. We're gonna go to the strip and see what's going on. This forum has never been formed before. This is a brand new, beautiful night, Saturday night, where the weather is nice. It could be pouring, raining out here. And since we're a forum that we started outside, I think we'll stay that way. We'll get an office and do so. But for us to have that, the forum for you to enjoy and comment. We'll be reading some of these comments, and we'll be reading some of these comments right now. Somebody commented, I won't read that either. Exactly. Somebody said, come to Cali to get the good. Yes, we're on the way. Photography Plug is on the way to get the good marijuana. It is so terrible out here. It is so bad that they want to poison us. They don't want to it's an old saying that some will rather lose without you. So they will rather not have all those billions of dollars and try to poison people and don't know the effects. So you don't know if the stuff is making people stronger. You don't know if it's making people live longer. But your assumption is that it's killing people. And I think we all agree on that K2 is so much of a bad drug for the brown and black community. But no city council wants to pass. But Cherokee, North Carolina is legal, but that is Indian land. So Charlotte also is legal. That is Indian land, but that is not state land. So that is not federal. In other words, it is not legal here. So welcome to the Photography Plug. Sometimes we're live, so anything can happen. This forum is about adults, and use your minds. That's right. Use your minds and stay focused. That's right. Stay focused, because there's so many distractions that are out there. Believe it or not, one just passed by me, and they're not all big and black. Some of them are small, innocent, and white. So let's just be very honest on this forum, and make sure that your comments make sense. We'll be reading those comments right now. Diddy is Duffy. I didn't understand that. Yes, stay focused. Don't run into a car. Yes, I always wondered. I said, well, if they ever make a clone of me, it's going to be moving erratically. I do review these videos. I greatly appreciate it. Beautiful Saturday night. We're going to try to get to the strip. Stick with us for a little while. And we're going to be switching up hosts. Also, you're not always going to be listening to the photography plug. I want to be in New York getting those celebrity shots, but it's another celebrity photographer I like to shout out, Stars for Stars. He owns so much of Rihanna. Stars for Stars, he is right there, or Stars of Stars, he is right there on your YouTube. Ice Spice, personal photographer, that is my dog in New York City. Super dope photographer, is so many amazing, inspiring, and shouts out to Bill Cunningham. He was an older photographer that passed away, my mentor in New York City. Many years served New York. He had generations of individuals that he covered. So we are so excited. Last week we covered T.I.'s son, and T.I.'s son is now on the page. He was giving shouts out to some other younger people. So we want to cross the boundaries of, we are so excited about the next generations that are coming. So we learned that from Bill Cunningham. He was 80 plus years old, a photographer in New York City that we marvel of. And that's one of the inspirations, of course, my beautiful mother, and also my whole entire family. So welcome to the Photography Plug. We'll see what we'll be getting into tonight. We have a wonderful forum here. This is a wonderful forum. Obviously, you're always going to have security. Now, security can be more deadly. You see how I'm going to interact with him? Keep moving. See that? That strategy by itself works. So make sure that you keep moving. See, when you keep moving, you're like that Jaguar. So welcome. I'm going to read some of these comments right now. Diddy is going to meet Buddy. Weed Chipper 2024. I'm sorry, wood chipper. Could anybody elaborate on that definition? I have no idea what that means. Wood chipper. What does that mean? Let us know. Somebody commented, somebody even worse than Diddy. Yes, friends, if you ever find yourself in Rikers Island, you are not in the safest place in America. That's right. You're probably in one of the more dangerous places. Now, he's not in Rikers Island, but remember, all of these jailhouses are all dangerous with dangerous convicted real criminals. Some people are innocent, but some people are guilty of many crimes that they committed. I mean, you think about even Donald Trump, 34 felonies. There's not many people out there with 34 felonies, but you better believe it's a lot of people in that jailhouse that Diddy is in that have 12 or more felonies. If I was the state of New York, I would release, if I was a prosecutor, I would release P. Diddy because I wouldn't want that blood on my hands. I mean, if he gets a staph infection, if he becomes really sick, he's not going to have the attention that he usually has as an individual that has 500. That's right, 500. So we'll be reading some of these comments right now. Diddy the Diddler. I don't know what that means. If you could elaborate, I guess it's just we're going to do some episodes of Wingstop Rails, And this is going to be new content. In other words, those Wingstop reels are going to catch Wingstop in action. That's right, in action, linked to obviously Rick Ross. And shouts out to Rick Ross, obviously a great entrepreneur. Next year we'll be trying to go to that car show also, so stay tuned to the photography plug. And I think Mulatto was talking Waffle House being her favorite. That's right, Lotto's favorite restaurant in Atlanta. Trust me, when I lived there, I got very fat eating that Waffle House. So welcome to the photography plug. We are live. Read some of these comments. We're talking Diddy, but right now we're talking black entrepreneurship. And there's a black entrepreneur right there, the Wingstop. Shouts out to Rick Ross. Keep your emotion, but we'll keep the sign on Wingstop for a minute and read some of these comments. Are you Tucker? That, am I Tucker? Who is Tucker? No, this is not Tucker, but welcome to the photography plug. Somebody said Lotto was capping. If you're ever in Atlanta, yes, if you're ever in Atlanta, go to my favorite restaurant, which sometimes I was there and they just give me food. And they say that is my favorite spot. And that is Peach Cobbler Cafe in Buckhead. Now, it's very expensive. Yes, that's right. It's very expensive. But you see how I just walked down here? So that kind of scared me. You see how that happened? I'm glad I'm live. Just imagine if I wasn't. So that is a scary feeling, just going through in America, being live and just dropping down, and then even having a book bag on my back and an officer is there. So even I fall short of being made of steel. So welcome to the photography plug. We'll be talking about your comments right now. Police in the cut. You are damn right. You get caught by a cop back there, do whatever you have to do to find yourself in a situation where you could be in public. But people are so evil that they won't even record you getting beat. So don't rely on anybody else recording the events, because even black people, so many reports that people would just stand around with cell phones and won't even record you getting beat or possibly killed. So be very careful. Somebody said when Diddy awakens, his manhood is taken. I think his manhood was taken very voluntarily. Yes, Diddy's manhood was taken by his own very will. I think at this point, if anybody is not saying that those allegations are false, but they are saying they're not illegal. So even 1,000 bottles of baby oil may be disgusting, but it's not illegal. Maybe he needed more lube for football games late at night. Who knows? But it's an awful lot of baby oil. Welcome to the photography plug. The industry is still buzzing. That's right. That very industry is still buzzing about P. Diddy and those 1,000 bottles of baby oil and him being incarcerated. Legendary Biggie Smalls, the Tupac Shakur connection, the West Coast, East Coast feud. And now, one of the more influential buzzes, other than Donald Trump, and bigger and more trending. On Twitter today, Elon announced, that's my great friend Elon, said that P. Diddy is trending more than Trump. That's right, more than the President of the United States of America, because it is that sheer fact. That's right. It is that sheer fact. Yes. I'm sorry, sweetie. I don't have any loose change on me. I hate that. But it is that sheer fact. And that's why we have to donate. We have to have something for a breakfast. We are trying to come up with a breakfast at the International Civil Rights Museum. Now, they don't want to do it. They don't want people that are disenfranchised there. But we're going to force it on them. It's only right. But back to the saga, that saga in New York City. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're having a very successful forum tonight. I greatly appreciate it, but everybody is talking. That's right, from the boulevard, the Lavish one. Like I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the realest. Straight from the avenue, straight from Phillips. And our donations will eventually go to those computers. That nothing is more revolutionary than technology. And we want those Teslas here too. So we don't necessarily have to have a big house or home, but at this forum, we teach that even if you have just 4 walls, you need an upgraded computer and an upgraded phone. So if you have an upgraded Apple or Google account, yes, that is very important. So don't be fooled by your job sites that say don't bring your cell phones. They are simply saying that don't be intelligent. By the touch of your hand, you can know any answer to any question. Now, Google is not right 100% of the time, but you can get an idea. Without your cell phone, my friend, in this technology world that we live in, we're not off the grid. This is the real world. We need updated devices. So, welcome to the Photography Plug. Somebody commented, y'all crazy with the baby oil. Somebody said, go to Wendy's and start asking for a donation. That's why we have this form. And before this form, we never asked for one subscription or donations. But eventually, my friends, you have to open your mouths to get fed with the technology. So yes, it is a thing of even the vice president of the United States. We have to be good fundraisers. We have to be great fundraisers. If I look at life in a sense of a political sense. In other words, I look at life as a political, that even if you're not a politician, that in a sense you all are. You don't have to be, but you are a politician. So welcome to the Photography. I talked to a teacher and she was teaching the kids that politicians are bad and that they shouldn't be politicians. And no, we're not politicians. Well, who do you think are politicians? They're people. So don't say that you're not a politician or an attorney. You better be ready, or a gun owner. You should have those 3 things, and a computer owner, right? So you should have those few items at your ready. But welcome to the Photography Plug. We're talking P. Diddy and those 1,000 bottles of baby oil confiscated by the federal authorities. Now, I don't know if that video that's going around is actually real. Is that the actual baby oil? Was it an over order? It could have been a very simple mistake that never happened. So certain allegations are so devastating that it automatically implicates that person for being guilty. 1,000 bottles of baby oil sounds like a way that the prosecution can say he is a very disgusting person, in a way not to say that. So welcome. Somebody just commented, and that is, somebody said, Kamala Harris rules. American flag. Yes, our great American country. And that is very important. When people usually talk to me, they say, well, you're against the government, right? I said, no, this is our country. But they don't hear that, because you have to think black and brown people were brutally beat for trying to read books in America at a very short period of time. I mean, very short, from less than 50 years ago. So you can imagine that peak of racism. It don't just stop on social media. Yes, I'm sure somebody's saying, God, is this guy black? If he is, I'm not going to listen to him. And some people say, well, Michael Jackson was the biggest celebrity in the world history. But that doesn't mean that black people have equality. It doesn't work like that. So welcome to the photography plug. We'll be reading some of these comments now. Somebody said, if you give me a shout out, I will donate $10. Williams, shout out to you. Williams, shout out to you. Let us know who you are, what city you're from. If you're out enjoying your own city, we're going to have people joining the live very soon. Not on this forum, but we'll figure it out. I will YouTube it. Figure it out. Cars out here racing on this Saturday night. Beautiful Saturday night here. Forecast clear. So welcome to the photography plug. We are talking P. Diddy. P. Diddy being incarcerated in New York City for the third night, starting to get used to that incarceration. Nobody said he's not refusing to eat. Nobody said he didn't have an appetite. Nobody said any of those things. But I tell you one thing, and I'm being honest with you, that sometimes you guys' comments, really, I can understand why Jay-Z doesn't answer those comments, because people can strategize. So it's like one against how many ever's in the chat. I think we reached 700 consecutive at a period of time. But if I read those comments, then it affects what I'm talking about. So instead of me thinking and being focused on the issue at hand, I'm still thinking about those disrespectful comments and the implications that are just ridiculous. Welcome to the photography plug. I'll be reading some of these comments now. Somebody said, leave the political conversation out. This is about P. Diddy. We will stay on track. Let us know what you think about this case. We're reading some of these comments. Somebody said, I've been dog walking for hours. Shout me out. Shouts out to friends. Piper 485. Donate. That helps the live. This is a feed, and it is about political ramifications, meaning we do believe at this page that you are an individual politician. Yes, you are your own individual attorney. Yes, I had a friend of mine, rest in peace to Spock. He said he is his best barber. That's right. He is his best physician. He's his best dentist. He's his best attorney. And he was a great artist. Rest in peace to Spock. He lost his life. A great, not just a fan. I was a fan of him, but he was also a fan of my work. And the young gentleman went on a drug deal. He had kids and living a very lavish life. I was actually out in Los Angeles those 5 years ago, very long years ago. And I got the call that my friend that was in the movies, local movies, actor, a rapper, a philanthropist, a drug dealer, losing his life, trying to fulfill that American dream. So rest in peace to my great friend, Spock. We're on the boulevard tonight. This is the photography plug. Diddy, and somebody said Diddy. Their tag is Diddy, and it says stop hating on me. That is super dope. Shouts out to you, Diddy. As an abuse survivor, the case is triggering, and sick people are out preying on vulnerable. I hope they realize the fame wasn't worth it. That was a very good comment. Very, very sad to hear that you're a victim of the brutality that men that we all put on women. Anytime you go into a strip club, we at Photography Plug personally love strip clubs, but that is a form of abuse that no man on this planet has a clear slate of abusing women in any country. That somebody said, where the Muslims cover their women and the COVID came around and it seemed like the right thing to do, that women's right, and that does relate back to Harris being the front runner of the president of the United States of America. Why they're saying we need change for this individual woman that just made the comment saying that she was abused. That every day, that sometimes even my person, that we take pride in every model we ever work with, that they're successful today. But in reality, in some type of way, that every woman has been abused and are abused. We're not perfect. We don't know how, but we can say hands off and don't touch. But verbal abuse is real also. So welcome to Photography Plug. The Diddy comment and just said he didn't do it. So apparently Diddy is here and has somebody's cell phone in that New York jail. You can see it there in the comment. And Diddy is here saying that he didn't do it. Do you have any more information, Diddy, on the allegations that they are saying that are against you? Somebody said free Keith. That sound like, oh, they said free Keefe D. Very intelligent. This forum does make you more intelligent. I'd like to shout out to the YouTube partners again, because you're interacting with so many intelligent people. Even if your IQ is very, very low, think about Birdman. And I hate to get off subject, but Birdman's career has been so well and so swell because he's very simple and is very catchy. If you haven't heard Birdman's last song with BG, I mean, some of the best music comes out of New Orleans. Now, here we are, a Birdman fan also. We never filmed Birdman, but we want that interview with Birdman, his diamonds and jewelry. So shouts out to Young Thug, shouts out to Birdman, shouts out to all the artists out there, free and incarcerated. So we will read some of these comments. Somebody said, I am the real Diddy. I am not the imposter. So what does your cell look like, Mr. Diddy? What is your cell looking like at this period of time? What are you looking at? And how do you have access to a cell phone? Shouts out to you. Shouts out to all my people that are in the area. I greatly appreciate it. But no, the Photography Plug has never been shouted out on any radio station. Individual artists have shouted us out, but no artists have made any music saying our name, even mentioning us, with more than 60 plus million in the music industry. So it's lots of channels about plants and lions and National Geographic. But shouts out to Democracy Now! Democracy Now! Is a forum that is very tough to watch. If you can go to your YouTube page, log on to Democracy Now! They talk about a lot of the political implications and the real issues that affect so many kids worldwide. So if you're here and you support me, I greatly appreciate it. Our number one support is New York City. That's right. Our algorithm tells us that our number one supporters are individuals from New York City. So welcome to the Photography Plug. Somebody said, I'm surprised he doesn't have a suitcase up there. No, he doesn't have anything. And sometimes I have to be honest with you guys. Not all the time, but sometimes. Because obviously this is an entertainment company, and anything and everything you hear is more than likely false. But I will tell you the truth now. And that is, again, I'll be reading some of these comments. Somebody commented, somebody blocked Diddy because I'm the real one. You know, I guess some people just tuned in, and if you're not familiar, we are the photography plug. And a few years back, social media came out and said that people would get paid on social media, and I didn't believe it. So even the younger generation may not understand that everything that we're doing is for allocation. Now, we used to do it for fun. We used to make music videos just for the fun of it and film many artists. But now, just wandering around gets you paid. So I think it's offensive because people still think music. If you have a song and it goes a couple of million, great job. But in this industry now, you need millions and millions and millions and millions and millions. We're not just competing against the people that are, and that comment, kind of got to me a little bit. It's unfortunate that when you are in your hometown, that is so many people that won't support in no type of fashion. I could probably track down how many people supported or donated from your hometown, probably, or mine. And it's not very many. So thank you for your comment, and I greatly appreciate your hate. Somebody said, bad boy mogul. Great comment. And again, the implications about Meek Mill. So those implications about Meek Mill keep coming up. That's right, Mills being implicated in some odd homicides. But that does, not homicides, but with this case, Mills have been implicated by saying. Meek Mill's implicated by saying. He was involved with P. Diddy. So that is another issue that will shock the world to see some real hard evidence if any of those allegations are true. And does it make a difference? So donate. Subscribe. We are setting a record. That's right. And think about not even an event. Mainly people just listening to my voice. That is a very special thing about technology. Wonderful Saturday night. We're talking P. Diddy's, his first night incarcerated. And being incarcerated. Think about being incarcerated in one of the worst jails in world history. That's right. We would not want to be there tonight. Obviously, you would not want to be in one of the worst jails. Now, we did discuss the power of the Harvard versus Rikers Island. But nobody actually really wants to go to Rikers Island if they got common sense. Let's see what some of these comments are saying. Comment, donate. Let's make a record tonight. Welcome. Follow all my fans. The real Sean Diddy Combs. Follow all my fans. They stay with me. Thank you not giving up on that. Says the real Sean Diddy Combs. So some people are very catchy and very clever. But it says the real Sean Diddy Combs. I think we will see the authentication. And you never know. It's a very small world. Don't burn your bridges. I had to learn that if you lose a job, don't say anything wrong about those people because you might need that job again. So you never know who you are talking to. And you never know who's going to be in power in the next 5 years. So welcome to the photography plug. 1,000 bottles, one of the comments. Hello, young fellow. The label host Bad Boy Records would like to have over a private meeting with some of the members of the board. Would like to see you soon. Very good comment. Another comment, Brittany G, laughing out loud. Like I said, even if you use profanity, it's perfectly fine. We're not the authorities. If you have a small business, I will like to say that more than likely, you will more than likely have to cut some corners and not honestly be ethical. We think about our great former president, Donald Trump, and all of his scams. If you go out here and you're playing against a hand full of cheaters, you have to learn how to cheat and move quicker, faster. So, I mean, you have to put yourself in a reality when you become business, and business can be cutthroat, and especially if you're a man or a female in a man's industry. So, strategize and know that you know. I'm not saying go rob your local bank, but I wouldn't tell you not to do that because I'm not the authorities. So I cannot tell you what to do or what not to do. My only influence to you would not be the normal of stay positive. My friends, you're tuning into the Photography Plug. We're trying to figure out who's going to be the next rich person. That's right. I don't have a whole lot of money, right? So obviously my car is in the shop, and you're with a real photographer that traveled the world and filmed many celebrities. Well, we're talking P. Diddy tonight, and I promise you, even if I don't have my car, we'll still go live, and we'll see the city, and we'll see what's going on in this country, and we'll have these forums. Somebody says he's just wandering. Maybe you don't have a life if you're on my live and have the nerve to say, I don't have a life. You're following me. So welcome to the Photography Plug. Let's hear some good comments in here. Somebody says, I look like a creep, creeping at night. These videos are hard to record. I can't just stand right there and point the camera upward. Next comment. No wonder Jay-Z doesn't reply to you guys. No wonder none of these companies ever reply to the comments. No wonder you can't even read half of the comments, because so many people have hate in their hearts because they don't have anything going on. So somebody told me, they said, well, they're going to be something about success. And I said, it's too late, my friends. It's too late. Somebody said, do some GTA stuff. Yes, we would like to go ahead and issue that very ideal. That's right. So if your own photography plug and you realize this is an entertainment company, we're giving you the fair warning that new ideals are set every single day. New ideas are set every single day. So that GTA idea is amazing. Yes, sir. The GTA idea is the idea that one day you're going to log on here and it's going to look like we're in Grand Theft Auto. Everything you see could be real, or it might not be. Now, for us to just give you all of the cookies in the cookie jar, we're not going to do that. But that's a great idea, my friends. And you can do it too. Everybody wants to. These younger guys come up to me and say, hey, they feel like they can talk to me. So they say all of these different things. So welcome. Let's collaborate. Let's build. Just like years ago, they said, what was the company with DMX? They said DMX, they said he's coming with a whole mountain. Let's have that mountain like an Everest that covers the world with videos. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Somebody just waved hello. Hello, my friends. Hello. Somebody said R. Kelly. And mentioning R. Kelly, that is a very tough thing if you think about R. Kelly being incarcerated for so long and abuse against women. That is very important. So if anybody 20 years ago, somebody could come back and say, you were terrible to this individual and you beat and drug this individual, whether it's true or not, they can come back and and allege anything. Somebody said go and see if that car is unlocked. Fool. That's that GTA idea that soon we will be. You would just see a tag that says GTA, and we're going to set something up like a Hollywood, and you could do it too. That's a great entrepreneur idea. YouTube is a 31 point some odd billion-dollar company. If you fool a 31 point odd billion-dollar company, my friends, you're successful. They do have the technology to black your screen to find out, but in your description, just write entertainment, and that can be possible. And it does look like a GTA. Like if, for instance, I'm just saying like a GTA. If it was GTA, it would be like you just going around and you're actually committing crimes. But, obviously it could be set up in a Hollywood format. So that's why the internet is kind of slow in a sense, because you had the idea of the GTA. YouTube doesn't know it. So if YouTube comes in 30 some odd billion-dollar company saying, what's going on? Listen, this is the new Hollywood, my friends. This is the new movies. Somebody commented the other week, they said, I went to go see 4 movies the other night. God, it must have been hard to watch 4 movies. So welcome to the Photography Club. This is Social Media Light idea. Yeah, we got to start doing that now. It's, somebody said hit the strip club. The only thing in the copyright music. But what I'm going to do is these 2 to 6s, these late night 2 to 6s. But you have to understand, when you're live around real gangsters, that they could turn up at any minute. So if I go to a hot block and I just go live, everybody is it's gonna put me as a target. Even when I was in Charlotte and we went live from the hood. Now, I could have got a lot more views. But like I said, we're live and anything can happen. So welcome to the Photography Club. We're talking P. Diddy tonight. Let's stick to the forum, stick to the conversation. Great night in hip hop. That's right. It's still buzzing. As bad as it sounds, any publicity is good publicity. But somebody said, more money, nothing but him telling everyone he is messed up. Read these lyrics, bro. Somebody, KFC around the next corner. I would love some KFC right now. I'm going to eat as soon as I get off what I do for a living, obviously. Yeah, part-time YouTuber, but a full-time entrepreneur. Welcome to the Photography Plug. This strip does represent the economy doing pretty well. So many jobs, so many opportunities, whether it being Wingstop, Waffle House. Don't feel like you're above a job. No matter what it is, if it's bringing in money. Somebody said, I'm just wandering around. We are wandering around for allocation, my friend. This is the future. This is not 1999. We get paid and allocated for just wandering now. So just imagine when we're in New York and we have the cameras in front of Rihanna, imagine the numbers. Donate, donate, donate. I promise you, I will bring you anybody you want. If you want to see some new content, and we'll own it. We own our own content. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Somebody said, no job. Somebody said 400 views doing his job. And 400 consecutive views of 400 people were out here. My friends, the police will be contacted. So I look at it as just a social media experiment, and hit subscribe. We are trying to get close to 200,000 subscribers. I'm not too familiar with anybody in this city that has that many subscribers. So in this entire city, we probably have the most subscribers. So the baby is number one in the region. I did have that confused. The baby has 10 million subscribers. So the baby is number one. We don't know if he paid for. We don't pay for any subscribers, any views. Everything is authentic. All the celebrities we own personally. YouTube knows this. From Nipsey Hussle to Young Dolph in Los Angeles at Chanel. That's right. We filmed Young Dolph at Chanel. We own that. We can take those imageries and put them on T-shirts and sell them all over the world. There's so many things that we can do with those imageries. Shouts out to Stars of Stars. Shouts out to my own beautiful mother, my family, my friends. So welcome to the Photography Plug. All of the hate, get it out of your heart. Figure out a way we can collab. Hating is not going to bring you the attention that you want, but trying to be successful will. Somebody say, bro, I see you. Shouts out to you. It's many people that I can see you online. YouTube is a very accessible app. So you might just be on YouTube. You say, who is this? Click on, and they're like, where is this guy? Somebody tracked me down. Somebody rode by me and started screaming and waving. So, yes, I'm live on YouTube. It's a very accessible app that many people have. So it's not too many people streaming live. So you see us live. And we're talking P. Diddy being incarcerated in New York City. Yes, we are trying to always get to New York City. And as we get to New York City, sometimes we don't stay in a luxury hotel. It would be more difficult to go live in New York. We're going to have extra battery charge. So, think about that as if you are an aspiring photographer. Somebody said, bro, your thoughts. My thing is, why should he get any special housing arrangement? He is no better than any other prisoner in there. Yes, but the thing about it is, just imagine if somebody comes into your prison and happens to have attorneys and you could be sued if he falls, and happens to be a celebrity, and the next person that comes in happens to be a junkie. So you're going to treat people just like in my profession. If we have $1 million client, opposed to if you have a client, if you come to my personal house, you're going to treat me a little bit different than that multi-million dollar client. That's just how it works. So that particular, the Homeland Security has him in custody. That's their client. So they're not defending him, but that's their client. They have to make sure their client is safe. Because if he's not safe, then people, especially the brown and black community, or just the black community, are really going to say, well, he's being housed in unsafe conditions. And that makes it unconstitutional. So welcome to the Photography Plug. Yeah, you said watch out, some game bangers pulling up. Yeah, I mean, you have to think about the reality of who will try to harm and hurt you. More than likely, as bad as the police brutality is with Sonya Massey in different cases, statistically, this is your own people. So that's why we have a forum talking about intelligent conversations, because you got to watch out for that local game banger that just wants some problems. But, some people don't necessarily take things lightly. And some people are really connected. So, in other words, we talked about John Gotti being beat up in prison, but we never disrespected Gotti or his family. We have respect for Gotti and his family. So, many people have told me before, watch who you are connected to, because you'll get yourself in trouble. You get your family in trouble. You get your whole family in trouble. So you're with the Photography Plug, my friends. You're not with a guy that is afraid of a gangbanger. If you want to pull up, try it, and I promise you, the outcome will be egregious. Welcome to the Photography Club. We're going to stay on the topic of intelligent conversations. We can't dip ourselves into the hole talking about some gangbanger. Let's talk about the subject at hand. P. Diddy being incarcerated in New York City. Somebody say you are not Big Meech. It is people that are powerful, way more powerful than Meech, and not by money or drug dollars. Well, friends, there's some people that are so powerful by religion. So it's not necessarily that dollar bill. It's not necessarily that dollar bill. It's not a drug dollar doesn't make you powerful like you think you are. Anything can happen. But what are the consequences? What will be the consequences? We're not actually walking to a location tonight. I didn't want to hit the strip. I'm very spontaneous because obviously people do know the location. And we're just trying to get those subscribers up, talking about this issue, giving you a visual. Most entertainers or YouTubers have the visuals on their cells. I can't see you wanting to look at individual all day long. So I want to show you the world and the area and give this smaller town some light as far as views. In other words, we did more than 1 million some odd views in a very small town is, to me, groundbreaking. But we have all types of artists that come here. From Michael Jackson has been here. Every single artist, Beyonce. It's a very big city, but at the same time, per capita, it's very small compared to a New York City. So welcome to the Photography Plug. I'll be reading these comments right now. Comment. Let us know what you think. Somebody said, thanks, Diddy. And somebody said, this fool is almost, for some reason, I gravitate towards the negative comments. The thing about that is you won't have the energy to do this. If I was, I wouldn't have the energy. If you see the people that are impoverished and truly impoverished, they don't have a place to sleep or shower or job or car or home or condo or been around the world or filmed some of the biggest stars in the world. I don't know if you see me in New York City filming Kourtney Kardashian. So many people was offended. I'm sorry, you're not a Kardashian. I might not be interested in filming you. It's not going to bring me the power. So unfortunately, things cost money. And even though we never bought any subscribers, we spent a lot of money on filming stars and going to LA, Atlanta, New York City, all over the world. So welcome to the Photography Plug. Grow up. Somebody said, nice try, Diddy. Yes, this culture is a Donald Trump culture. Yes, this culture is a Diddy culture. That is the reality of this culture. And it's funny thing how people try to scare you off of the internet because they're so afraid of your voice being heard. You know, some people say, well, he's nuts. So some people say Kanye West is a nutball. Kanye was very rich. And you probably say, well, Kanye West is not just walking around. He's walking around somewhere. And he might not right now have any consecutive views. Maybe the NFL's lights are off tonight and we're beating the NFL by just a couple of 100 views. Guys, before I end this live, I want to say to the people that and I must have been getting on somebody's nerve. They sent an inappropriate message. But before I get off this live, I wanted to say to the people that as an entrepreneur, even a black entrepreneur, whatever race or sexual orientation, make sure you're legal. But our advice is not 100% legal. My friends, we enjoyed, like I said many times before, those young men been in Atlanta, New York City, tearing up places where they're not invited to. Those mobs, those flash mobs. Yes, my friends. See, it's a thing that is happening in America, that's happening all over the world. There's no secret that, yes, people are being disenfranchised, and gentrification is something that's very real. That's right. Gentrification is something that's so very real. It's something that you connect with wherever you're at in the world, not just America. In Manhattan tonight, Melage there, P. Diddy. That's right. Diddy's there in chains and shackles. No, it's called on video abusing his ex-girlfriend Cassie. And that video went around the world, and whoever was the hotel, I'm sure, capitalized off of that video, selling it to TMZ or Getty. Guys, Diddy is in that cell tonight with the lights on, nothing on suicide watch but that vest. Diddy was one of the ones that possibly your older cousin looked up to. He was just a little child wanting to be like a Biggie Smalls, like a Sean Poe, like all of those artists that he influenced the world. And P. Diddy became the biggest celebrity in possibly modern day history, along there with former President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. Guys, this is not a Carson Tucker remix, and this is not CNN or MSNBC where they tell you that you're going to make it by being legitimate and fair. This is a forum by saying, yes, Diddy did probably break the law, but the only way he was going to be successful was by doing so. I mean, would John Gotti be one of the more influential people in American history if he didn't break the law? Al Capone, Donald Trump. I mean, the reality is we need a president that can break the law. We don't need a president of the United States of America that's going to have peace parties every weekend and smoke great marijuana. Although the Taliban was known to love their marijuana, the Taliban are not hippies. Probably saying, how did he just jump from that to the Taliban? That's right. The words of a black man can be very powerful if it's directed in the right way. And maybe inciting a riot is not the same thing as articulating a war, but maybe the people that wanted the authorities to be called was just wasting America's tax dollars. That's right. Is this just a big waste of that American tax dollar? That big waste of time for America, like America tried to prosecute our former president of the United States of America, a community activist. My friends, even if you're in France or you're in Germany, you have to know for your own self in common sight that yes, this man may not be fit for President of the United States of America, and P. Diddy may not be fit to be a free man in the society. But what is New York City without Central Park? Where could you possibly go in New York City if you can't go to Central Park? I mean, New York City is a big city, but if you ever been, you like, goodness gracious, this is small. Guys, I don't know what to say tonight about the situation with P. Diddy being incarcerated and those 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But I can say this. Brown and black people in this country have been impoverished for way too long. And even that 0.7% of all real wealth only being owned by African Americans. So welcome to the Photography Pro, the livest one. Like from Bedford Stuyvesant, the realest. That's right. Straight from Phyllis. I get a lot of stay safe. That's right. When you're in America, stay safe, stay protected. And know that any business you can start can be the best business for America. That this is a forum for entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship. Now, sometimes we talk brash, but we tell you the truth on what you need. If I had any advice for P. Diddy tonight, it wouldn't be a yes man. I would tell Diddy that, yes, my friends, you need to find somebody to fight while you're incarcerated. That behind closed doors, P. Diddy, please listen to me. Behind closed doors, make sure you're ready for any inmate. You should be talking and interacting with correctional officers. And they see you in public, just say you're the best company in the world and they're hating on you. But when they close the door, give them the worst side of you, Mr. P. Diddy. Make sure that they realize that they cannot handle you. In other words, you're already in the hole, but loosen up if you're in prison. The cell phones in prison. They are, everything that you can get in the street are in prison. Every drug, every narcotic. The head inmate there, I'm sure, is an OG. And he won't take lightly that P. Diddy doesn't say hello to him in the morning. My advice to P. Diddy was find the head guy and destroy him and become the most infamous person in American history. Somebody commented, not federal prison. So yes, those jails are more than likely, sometimes more than likely, worse than prisons. That's why most inmates want to go to prison. So that is very true. Most inmates, most people who don't want to be in that jail, they want to be shipped off to prison. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Somebody said, did I eat something today? Yes, I did. I eat a very healthy diet. If I could not, I eat a somewhat of a healthy diet. It's hard to eat healthy in America, but today, yes, you're not this type of stuff when you're using your body, meaning when you're having a conversation. Number one, you're using energy. When you're moving your legs, you're using energy. So you need money. Just like when I go to work, it's like a rich man's sport. This is a rich man's sport. Collecting celebrity photos is a rich man's sport. Most things, P. Diddy, he works a rich man sport. So this is a rich man sport. And most jobs that pay a lot are usually rich men's sports. So just like in my job, we have to have breakfast every single day. And I'm talking not just a candy bar. No, we have to really eat. So welcome to the Photography Plug. We're not running off of Twix, but shouts out to Twix. Somebody commented, we don't have too many intelligent people in this forum. Did I fart today? Did I fart? And that's one thing about the younger generation that I see. And I see them a lot of times farting. That's right, the younger generation. I was like, good gracious. I didn't really start passing gas until I was 33 years old. These guys 25 years old and they go to the bathroom. You know, it is what you put in your body today. So that is a thing of whatever your health is today. So whatever you put in your body today, and I generally try to use superfoods, grapefruit, fruits, and fruit juice. But somebody did donate it and say, get some water. That is so important, that water. But they are saying that Africans should try to get the water sources from watermelon, grapefruit. Instead of just drinking plain water, it's very expensive. Those jugs cost me about $10 a piece, which is grapefruit jugs. And I just drink the juice and eat some of those grapefruit. So welcome to the Photography Plug. We're talking P. Diddy being incarcerated in New York City. Our goal tonight is 119,000 subscribers. We was watching this young gentleman's page and he said, I'm going to get to 6,000. I'm going to get to 6,000 if it would kill him. And that young gentleman did get to 6,000 subscribers. So welcome to the Photography Plug. We're here for your comments. Comment. Somebody said thoughts on therapy. Will therapy work for P. Diddy? Will therapy work? I think anybody that has that type of money offering up $50 million for bond, $50 million for bond. He kept his money. So he has plenty of money for bond, but they're actually saying that maybe black people money is not good in that part of New York City. I mean, imagine if you go to New York City right now, you go to one of the most expensive places where a dress might cost $200. And you say, well, I thought they would be more. Maybe they're not expensive like that because they have to have clientele, but they don't want black and brown people in Manhattan, New York City. Somebody said fact and word. Shouts out to you. We did talk about the vernacular of hip hop and how the word "what's up" traveled all around the world through nothing but hip hop. And over a period of time, people walk past people and say, hello. Hello, my friends, judges, district attorneys. All the people said hello, and that's the only thing they said. One cool kid went to school and heard a word and started rapping and said, what's up? Next thing you know, everybody around the world uses that word, what's up. So that's how powerful that black and brown voice is all over the world. They don't want to be LeBron James and Stephen Curry. They want to be a street gangster. They want to be a thug. They want to be Tupac Shakur's. They want to be King Von's, and just accept it. Welcome to the Photography Plug. Somebody said they honor the great Ted Kaczynski. Let us know, elaborate, and let us know who that is. If you honor somebody, let us know who that is. Hopefully we get some type of sideshow out here. Sometimes one of the videos on YouTube now was shot right out here. I miss my Uncle Ted. He was right about everything. Rest in peace to your Uncle Ted. I'm sure he was a great person in your life and meant the world to you. So rest in peace to your Uncle Ted. Somebody said Uncle Ted was trying to teach us. Yes, Uncle Ted taught us all. Rest in peace, Uncle Ted. Oh no, it looks like the weather take a turn forward, my friends. You know, I stay in the area, but I won't let people know where I stay at. But we'll stay live as long, but I did feel one drop. Focus the Photography Plug, comment. I'm very proud of the forum tonight. I really appreciate YouTube. And we don't know everything. That's right. We don't know everything. So when we track down the Vice President of the United States of America, we're just trying to use our legal ramifications. In other words, we're trying to say that the freedom of press is very important. your press. In other words, if you've seen Rihanna today or you've seen somebody very powerful today, I'm sure you'll probably film them. It's very simple now. Everybody knows it. But we've been doing it for a while now. And the competition now is not actually stars, if you ask me. The competition is the individual person. That's right. So nowadays, it's not the Diddies that run the world. It's in fact you that run the world, with you creating rails, you creating art, you creating a graffiti, you in Bangladesh saying something about P. Diddy or Sonya Massey or anybody. And some people say, well, you shouldn't mention those two people. Well, that contradicts this, or everything has to be complete. My friends, it is a thing that is called innovation, and that is a new thought, your new thoughts. So think of new ideas. I love all the comments. We were reading some of them right now. Welcome, Carson Tucker Show. Somebody said that's just how a pimp walks. Shouts out to you. So one thing about Photography Plug, we are live. Anything can happen, not just police brutality, but the weather can change at any minute. The weather seemed to be going for a change, and I don't want to have to take a shower when I get home because I'm wet, but it looks like this might not be good. So welcome, comment. Let us know, donate. Did we get any donations tonight? Not so far, but we got a great feed, but donate. Knowing that black entrepreneur is so important. That's right, even the P. Diddy's, Sean Carter's, and people are even saying Jay-Z is possibly involved. What do you believe about that? I never heard a blemish about Jay-Z being involved with anything whatsoever. But if it is about to rain, I wonder if I brung my hoodie with me. If not, we'll be sitting it out a little bit, staying a little bit live, a little bit longer because I do have battery charge. It is unsafe for any black man in America to not have a phone on them. I do believe that those Obama phones are very important, but I heard they don't work very well. But you need some type of device on you to protect you. And it is very important for any individual to move spontaneously. And I understand sometimes when you see the video, you say, Grand Theft Auto, what is this? This is new form. No, it's not the Breakfast Club. We're just sitting there and we're talking the donkey of the day. We're going to get down to the problems. We're going to beat the numbers. That's right. Our interest is to beating numbers. It's being that number one a company is so important. So people, when you start your business or you already started, you know how people are. They're going to say lots of things about you, but that is the new. They're not used to new, because one day we'll all be not relevant anymore. But today and tonight, P. Diddy is very relevant in New York City at the age of 54 years old. They are saying Diddy. That's right, Diddy has been involved with a scam, some type of, and you can hear a sideshow going on, or was that his car? But a lot of times when it rains and it's gonna pour. So welcome to the Photography Plug. These are not the nights that I wish I would have smelled that rain coming. But hopefully it'll clear up. So we're talking P. Diddy, watching some of these cars race. A nice shower here. Nice, you can hear that rain falling. It calms us all down. Makes us all, refreshes the whole world. That's one thing about the East Coast, about rain, is that it all gives us the nutrition that we actually need. If you're ever out on the West Coast, very quickly you will see the fact that it's no rain and nutrition. That's very important to get into your system. So welcome to the Photography Plug. We're here stuck in the rain. And we are talking. That's right. We are, and you can hear some gunshots in the far. Because people feel like a celebration of some sort. It seems like it's going to pass, but we'll be reading some of these comments. Ashley, somebody commented stupid. Walking around uh, Honeycomb get messed up attorneys. Honey, shouts out to Honeycomb. Brazy. Somebody said where you at. We don't really um, give out our locations. Obviously, it's a lot of haters. I would like one of my friends to come pick me up, but you know, a lot of people are busy, and I understand. With Photography Plug, I've been very, very, very busy. So not just that, just working and with being an entrepreneur, period. It is a thing where we realize we do have to go live to get the subscribers that we need. And you know it's a real person here behind here that cares about what you say. And so many other forums just don't do that. So, you know, that is a situation where, and I'm going to have to check my book bag and see what all I have because this rain doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. So welcome to the Photography Plug. Donate, donate, donate. We are talking the importance. That's right. The importance of this trial, how it affects hip hop. Is hip hop dead? Or do you like gangsta music? You know, what do you like? Do you like hip hop, gangsta music? What do you consider P. Diddy as? A gangster rapper or a wannabe? A rich guy from a rich neighborhood that happened to know a Notorious B.I.G. and able to organize that whole record label and make history as Bad Boy. It's one of the biggest record labels. And how much will that record label sell for? I mean, will that record label sell for millions of dollars? I mean, I'm sure if you were an investor that you would love to invest into Bad Boy. I'm sure the stock has not went anywhere. Maybe the disdain. Some people stopped playing Michael Jackson's music. So will this just be a huge disdain? A huge disdain that, and sometimes this happens. Stuck in the rain, trying to get subscribers, and this is what makes entrepreneurship real. That's kind of sort of what makes entrepreneurship so real, is that you're willing to do things that other people are not willing to do. But in this generation, you can actually record it, and people can analyze it and see it. So still a beautiful night tonight. I'll be getting home soon. We'll be going off live very soon. So donate, donate, donate to the Photography Plug. We talk about issues of Sonya Massey. And we talk Diddy tonight. We talked P. Diddy tonight. And we talked a variety of things. And we had some disturbing comments that really did make me feel a little bad. But in this industry, you must have tough skin. If you ever be successful in any industry, no matter what anybody says, stay concentrated on your focus. That's right. Stay concentrated on whatever you are focusing on. So welcome to the Photography Plug. We had a little rainstorm here that proves that we're alive and this is the real world. We might have some forms of that GTA. And the new forms of that GTA coming soon. So we want to put that warning out there. And like it is, and for us to have new ideas, we must use new ideas without you knowing that it's a new idea. So one day you might look and say, good gracious, this looks like a movie. And it is entertainment. So we have to keep ourselves safe here because we can have a mistake on social media and Yes, tonight, again, we have been discussing for a very long time. I always check the time. The time is 10:10, so it's still early on Friday night. The rain just briefly went by. Still feels good out here. Somebody said he's not going to show his feet. Shouts out to you. Greatly appreciate all the support and all of the people that's been subscribing. Um, we greatly appreciate it. Keep in mind that entrepreneur that you are inside, and we want to, even if you don't think you're an entrepreneur, we believe that every individual deep inside really want to work for themselves. It's good to work for somebody else sometimes to contribute, but it's also very good for you as an individual person to own your own business. Kind of like Damon Dad said, nobody wants to call anybody their boss. But in reality, sometimes the boss has to pay all the bills. So if you are on a job site and you go home with your cash every day or every week or every month, you don't have to worry about the overhead. Remember, the overhead can be very expensive. And we are looking for investors in Photography Plug, people to invest in a company, not just donate, but invest, but mindfully. We have formatted this company over years. This is not an overnight success. Most of you guys were probably in middle school and high school when we started this forum. So welcome to the Photography Plug. We are a forum that is talking P. Diddy tonight. And we are talking the importance of that and how it's going to affect, that's right, how it is going to affect the industry and how you buy music. Welcome to the Photography Plug. I was hoping to catch a sideshow out here tonight. Somebody said Trump supports Diddy. That wouldn't be a good timing. That just would not be good timing right now for Donald Trump to come out and say, I support P. Diddy. I mean, it will make the headlines, and Trump is very good at that. But I don't think, and maybe I'm 100% wrong, I don't think that'd be very good timing. Let's see if some of these guys are going to do a sideshow tonight. I don't drive my car as such because one thing you learn about a Dodge is that as soon as you hit that gas pedal, you're going to be paying a lot of money. So, big engines. They like it when it's wet sometimes. Perfect condition. Will we get lucky? Obviously, we're live. So Diddy being incarcerated. That's right, P. Diddy being incarcerated. The world is buzzing about this issue. We have France, Germany. Everybody seemed to be tuning in, and tonight we're doing a very good forum. We might skip tomorrow night. We are trying to reach these goals. Obviously, social media is so much more difficult than it was 5 years ago. So, this whole scene will be a perfect scene for most movies. When you start shooting movies, it's a little bit of water. I noticed when I was in Hollywood, you can drive by so many movies being shot every day. Sometimes they'll just spray a little bit of water to make it look more attractive. So keep in mind that if you was out here and you was shooting a movie, right now would be a good time. Look, sideshow. No, I thought it was. No, sideshow. So we're hoping to get a little sideshow out here. They out here with the big engines. Somebody said everybody's a therapist. I think so. Yes, I can agree with that. I like that comment. Somebody said run It's kind of hard to run with this cell phone. I think that's what this form is really turning into. And somebody could possibly just try to do it. I don't have to do everything, but if they would just do that Grand Theft Auto idea, it can all be 100% legal. And that's what you have to explain to people. Unfortunately, we can't just shock and surprise people. It's black creators because they would just say, I thought it was real. So we have to almost tell everybody 10 times, look, it's something new we're doing here. And they say, no, movies are old. It's new ideas. Grand Theft Auto is our idea that we're going to do next. So welcome to the Photography Plug. We've been reading some of these comments. I can hear it coming, so I'm gonna run for cover. So, oh no, it's not. But like I said, I agree. It is kind of like a grand theft. Yeah, somebody said, be careful seeing somebody with a mask behind you. Well, seriously, if you think I'm out here with no type of protection, you are a nut. So, and remember, spontaneous does work. If you're more spontaneous, like I didn't tell you, hey, I'm walking up here. I didn't tell you which direction I'm going to. So even if you're looking at the feed, you might know my location, but you don't know where I'm at exactly. And you can some people came and they rushed. It was some people that was trying to do some things. Anyway, they came and they rushed to the scene, didn't realize I'm recording you right now. So they could just rewind the feed. So as soon as you run up, it was these skinheads. They ran up by 4 or 5 of them. And they ran up. And they was all stupid, kind of stupid looking. And you could tell because they got skinheads and they got tattoos. And I'm downtown. So it's obvious these guys sticking out like sore thumbs. But as soon as they pull up, they didn't realize you're being recorded right now. So your gig's up. Be smart about your decisions. Focus on these big corporations. When you focus on smaller corporations, I guess people say, well, Photography Plug, he is a big deal. But let's be serious tonight. Focus on the bigger corporations. Don't beef with somebody that doesn't have the allocation of the money. So make sure your opponent is a bank account and not an individual that is not going to allocate you anything. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You have tuned in to the Photography Plug. Now we talk P. Diddy all night. We've been on live for an hour plus. I seen somebody went live for 6 hours. That is amazing. But we want to bring you better content. That's right. That's what he said. Donate, donate, donate. We are trying to get to New York City where all the buzz is at. That's right. New York City, where all the buzz is at. We promised you the stars and we brung them. Last week we had Moneybag Yo, Kodak Black at that Coliseum. That's right. And it was another artist. I can't think of the name. But shouts out to Federal, Finesse 2 times. Great artist. I'd like to work with you. We've been reading some of these comments right now. I'm really going to miss Puff Daddy. So somebody just commented, they're really going to miss Puff Daddy. He's not gone anywhere. He hasn't even left the city. He's still there. He's just incarcerated. Now, this represents technology, right? So if you count the cars here at this theater, and you count the cars, let's just estimate 70, 80 cars. Or if we subtracted 70 cars, we wouldn't have any cars here. So let's say it's 70 cars. Let's say it's 2 people in every car. That's 140 people. For instance, 140 people, taxes. By the time you pay for the building, let's say this is Saturday night, prime night. So it's not very hard to fill. So they buy popcorn too. But the overhead to keep the place, they might not even be cutting a profit. So keep in mind when you're forming your business that is innovative and that is fairly new, I would think, unless it's textile, because you want to actually make money. So we'll be ending this live. I want to say something before we end this live. But I greatly appreciate everybody. It hurts me so much to have so many people on because, like I said, 2 people represent 140 cars. Even that consecutive number beats that. So technology will always win. So tonight we discussed P. Diddy. That's right. We talked about Diddy being incarcerated. That's right. We even talked about his son going to visit him and looking distraught. And we even talked about Diddy doing all of those things in 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But think about his son and how of a privileged life he has lived for many decades. Even 2 decades is a lot longer than most people. Will he survive? I mean, being labeled as a sex offender in the worst jail in America is a guaranteed hit on P. Diddy's life. And there's no way that if you wear that and his jacket is saying that, what is alleged could end in a death sentence. And people say maybe they protected R. Kelly. They could protect Diddy. R. Kelly was incarcerated in Chicago, a different place. Possibly New York is worse. And possibly he can't be contained. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We got rained on a little bit, and it looks like we're going to get rained on a little bit more. But it didn't stop me from bringing you what I thought was important, the crisis in hip-hop. We'll be back tomorrow morning or evening. I greatly appreciate everybody tonight for the voices. This is not Tidal nor Jay-Z, and we have nothing against Jay-Z. We didn't know any of this was going to happen, and they are talking Jay-Z and P. Diddy in the same sentence in every comment. So obviously it's some type of implication that yes, something is very wrong with the industry. And your 500 consecutive means that you're concerned. And yes, you're plugged in with the photography plug and wonder what's going on with this insider. Does he know a little bit more of us together in that technology? So tonight, I hate to say goodbye to you people. It means so much in my heart, in my soul, even your bad comments, even your accusations. But our prayers do go out to the family of Diddy. Our prayers go out to his son and his beautiful daughters. And in that cell that maybe he might find something. And I'm not saying he'll find Christ or Allah. But what I'm saying that what he might find is another criminal. A criminal bigger and badder than him. Suge Knight has been locked up for more than half a decade. And R. Kelly is locked up too. It's just a crime against black and brown people all over again. The white federal government even hire black people anymore. Is America going to make it through this election? Somebody's saying go to Ghana, go to Africa to start a whole nother country. Will Harris run this White House leading this country? Or would Trump lead a dictatorship, dictating the world with antics of eating cats and dogs? My friends, this is another sunset and another rainstorm that's changed the world. This is not Carson Tucker or any other individual on those networks. This is a real individual that says maybe even when you have your, and you might get to see me run here, but maybe even when, I'm sorry about the loss of train, we are in weather, not just technical difficulties. This is real weather. Somebody commented they went to a Diddy party. This whole issue is just starting. This is not the end of this conversation. People are buzzing about this. Any publicity is good publicity. But let's remember, somebody just commented, and milk. So, in conclusion, P. Diddy is there in a cell, no TV, no cable, no massage therapist. Diddy tonight is probably hungry and starting to detox from all the narcotics in his body. Next time we see Diddy, he might be overweight or he might be in shape. And Diddy might make it out alive to be on those New York streets again. Somebody just commented, Diddy, this song coming soon. My friend, don't just talk about it. Get it on the internet and we'll post it in Photography Plug. I greatly appreciate all the people tonight. You mean so much to us in our hearts. And we'll never be like a Jay-Z and leave you out to dry. Once the company takes off and we become very successful, we'll have Teslas giving out like we're Oprah Winfrey. Friends, we have to believe in innovation. Maybe not that mansion that Master P has. Maybe that's the old school in the old way. That mansion that Master P has, even the equity in it, he's already drawn it out twice already. Maybe this is an era of computers, an era that forms this country's still fresh beginning. That's right, friends. What are we going to do about this very situation at hand? I must leave you tonight, but I greatly appreciate everybody and all the comments. Some people are saying free Diddy, and some people are saying he deserves everything he gets. But we're just simply saying capitalism, capitalism, capitalism. Thank you, guys.